decision for me is to property rights versus um, the needs of the community or
Sure.
wants of the community. So
Yeah, I understand. I know, I guess two parks that I know of at Sneeds Ferry. One of them's been there forever, Old Ferry Marina,
mhm.
and they've got people come down and spend the weekends there. They use it as a vacation home,
Mhm.
and they are generally trailers. I don't think there are any of the um, drivable RVs on it. In it,
Yeah.
I had an RV down there at one time until a little witch named Florence came through.
Whoa, little witch.
Yeah, and
Fourth place up.
put a lot of water in there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so I had to dump the whole place, and I hate that because that was a great place. I could pull
Well,
up there by my boat.
They have these things called park models now that aren't even intended to be
Nope.
pulled on the road. They drive them to the place. I mean, they're tiny houses,
Yeah.
but they are.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
And they park them there and they stay there permanently. And there really needs to be some definition of what
Good luck on that.
RV is. You're right. That's a
Because,
challenge.
in a mobile home, they take their wheels off of it. Is it a mobile home anymore? No, they take their wheels off of it. It doesn't have to have a DMV tag.
Right.
If you put the wheels on it, it's got to be registered with the state Department of
Well,
Motor
Royce,
Vehicles.
do you remember one time Onslow County used to be trailer parks everywhere?
Oh, I know.
You
Yeah.
don't see many now.
My dad
Well,
said many years ago about developing the beaches down there. Forget about it.
The trailer.
Just put a trailer down there on the beach and take it off every time there's a storm.
I think the trailer parks got turned into RV parks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We got a quick caller here, but we'll have to take a break here in just a second. Who's this?
It's
All
Tim.
right. Donkey Man.
Hey, Donkey Man, can you hold for 60?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, you're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Fox News is now.
USME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. President Biden closing out his 5-day trip to Europe today with a meeting alongside Nordic leaders in Helsinki, Finland.
We're deepening our defense cooperation to ensure that the security of our people as we modernize your Air Force with F-35 aircraft.
The meeting is meant to be a show of NATO's expanding power in the face of Russian aggression. Here at home, storms ripped through the Midwest with a confirmed tornado down near Chicago's O'Hare Airport. This man returned from vacation to see his girlfriend's truck crushed.
So yeah, it's replaceable. Lives aren't. That's the whole thing.
And already saturated Vermont is expecting even more rain, and more than 3 million people in the Southwest are under extreme heat warnings. America is listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
And we are back, and on the phone is Timmy. Good morning, the Donkey Man. How are you?
Oh, man, we just ride down the road, naked underneath our clothes as always.
Yeah, there you go.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we headed to Savannah, Georgia, and then to Cocoa Beach, Florida. So
Oh, my.
we're going to be out a day or two.
Yeah, bring me back some cocoa.
Bring back some what?
Some cocoa.
Yeah, you believe that, then I'm going to get out there just as soon as I can. As soon as I can get that quad up on this trailer, I'm going to take my 10-hour break, and I'm coming home.
There you go.
Now, what Royce was talking about, it dawned on me. I bought a mobile home in 1982. You were talking about a dwelling that they live in an RV and it's permanent. It was a dwelling. I bought it used, fixed it up, moved in it, and I'll never forget. I went to the homeowner's insurance, and I'll say who it was. It's Farbeer, and took the insurance on it, and I was asked, and it blew my mind. One of the first questions that was asked, are the wheels still underneath it?
Yeah.
And I said, what? I said, are the wheels still underneath it? I said, well, yeah. Well, if the wheels are still underneath it, it's considered a vehicle. If you take the wheels out from underneath it, it's considered a dwelling. And if you take the wheels out, your insurance is a lot higher. I said, you got to be kidding. No, so that's the way that was. Now I don't know how that rule is anymore, but I was just when Royce was talking about the dwelling, I told him agree with you. There's people living in RVs all over Onslow County permanently.
Yep.
I mean, I know. But I was just asking. I mean, I don't know how old Royce is, if he ever remembers that ruling. But I remember that. I don't know if it's changed.
Oh,
But
no,
I
you
did
were.
want
I
to
mean,
throw that in there.
it's still the same, man. If it's got wheels, it's a trailer, and if it's a trailer, it's a vehicle, and then you have to not only do you have to take the wheels off, but you have to what they call permanently affix it to the property for it to become
Underpin
real
it.
property.
Underpin it
Right.
is one
Becomes a
thing.
real property when you
Right.
tie it down and underpin it.
Yes.
It becomes
Okay,
a
and
real
that goes
property.
the same for an
Yeah.
RV.
Well,
I mean, does that go the same for an RV if they live in?
I don't know how you can take the wheels off an RV.
No,
Can you?
I would think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, you can take
You
the
can-
axles out from underneath it.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess you could. Okay, that's
Yeah,
a
you
good
can.
question. I'm never. I think they're different. I think they're different.
Okay.
I think that's different.
I would think
Yeah,
so
I
too.
was just I was thinking about what you were saying, and I brought that up, and I just okay. Let me ask that question.
Because we've
But,
struggled
but
with tiny houses too. Because our last ordinance update on the zoning ordinance, we've included some zoning that permits tiny houses, and that
Right.
means you have to be able to tiny houses, and there's a different definition under the state law from RVs and tiny houses. So,
Right.
I don't have all those details in my head,
Oh, I don't-
but yeah, there
Yeah,
and there are
okay.
different. There's a different organization or something that certifies the tiny houses and the RVs.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know how that worked. I understood.
They're nice little
There's a
houses.
difference, but
They're
yeah,
nice.
I
really
mean,
neat.
Yeah, they are
really
nice.
neat.
Diane, I live in one. I don't need all that room.
Mhm.
All I need is a place for a bed, a TV, a refrigerator, and a hot plate. That's it. So, I mean, I'm the type of guy I can take a loaf of bread, a pack of bologna, and a hot plate, and hey, man, I got supper.
Yeah, I do too, but that wears out after a package of bologna goes away.
I
Ooh,
Then
well,
Want something else.
I go
I
get my,
want some bologna.
I go get my Viennas then. But I'll get over here. Y'all be good.
All right.
If I don't hear from you tomorrow, have a good week.
Thank you,
Roy,
Timmy.
Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, Tim.
All right.
Yeah, you want some bologna? Go to the pig.
Mm.
And speaking of the pig, that DOT stuff that they're doing out there or going to do out there, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be disappearing, right?
Yes.
A lot of businesses, including the Piggly Wiggly.
Including the Piggly Wiggly.
Oh my!
DOT's in the process of buying. Well, if you're going out 258 toward the intersection, they're from what's the same Walmart.
Yeah, I know what you're
I
talking
can't
about.
remember
I
what
can't
they-
remember the name
Talking
of it.
about
the first one's Yop, isn't it? I don't know what this. Maybe.
No, I thought the first
one is something else.
Yeah,
The second
Yop's
one
the
is
second
Yop.
So it's Yop
Yeah.
Road.
Yeah.
So from Yacht Road all the way out to Blue Creek Road, just about, they're buying everything on the right hand side of the road because that's where the road's going to go.
It's a good time to own
The
a
stuff
house.
on the
Piggly
left
Wiggly.
side, the pools, patios, and spas, for instance, that's going to be
That's-
out of it.
Now that goes away too.
Oh, does it?
Some of the stuff on the left side goes away too, but
Oh,
it
my.
was easier to define everything on the right side. But yeah, the pools and spas and that little strip center with the discount
Yeah, that-
tools,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all that's going to go away.
Wow.
The Hardee's is going to go away.
Yeah.
Um,
The Walgreens, is it going to go
Walgreens
to?
is staying.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Couldn't afford to buy Walgreens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that little strip center
Yeah.
with the discount
Yeah.
food place in it and all those other little businesses, all that's going
Wow.
to go away.
So that means that nuisance club where they had the shooting
Yeah.
go too, because
I
it's
think
yeah.
that closed away.
Yeah.
The Waffle
The Waffle House. And it hadn't been there long. Yeah.
What are we going to do
Yeah.
without a Waffle
I know,
House?
right?
there,
They'll just have to go further down the street to one. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be that's probably is still several years out from construction, and that'll be a good question for Anthony Prince because he has those details better than I do. I'm on the transportation board, but he deals with it every day, so he knows the details better than I do. But yeah, they're buying that right away up in the next year or two.
There's gonna be like an overpass there too, I was told.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be like big time.
Yeah,
If they would just do something with that intersection.
Well, this
this
possibly will alleviate a lot of it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why I don't like going to the commissioner meetings. I'd rather watch them on TV because traveling that area is just horrible.
Hmm.
Sorry. But I'm
Well,
still watching.
I have to do it. So
Yeah.
I know you too.
And speaking of transportation, I know the county does not have a Department of Transportation per se. They
Yes.
don't go out and repair roads or mow grass or any of that
We
kind
need
of stuff,
some
right?
road repair.
But I figured out, I said it the other day, I figured out why the city of Jacksonville and the state has got so many cracks in the roads, and they're not fixing any of them. Potholes everywhere, Country Club Road, downtown, Old Bridge Street.
Oh, please do
Awful.
tell.
Yeah, tell us why. What have you figured out?
Because they just don't want to spend the money for that, and they also save money. They don't have to put in traffic humps to slow people down.
Well, at least they're starting to mow along the side of the road again.
That's the state, I think.
Yeah, out there in the city keeps theirs nice and tight. But no, you're talking about that. And I looked up Bell Fork Road. I could not find where it was the state road. Is it a state road, Royce?
I'm
Do you
talking
know?
about Country Club Road.
Yeah, but Bell Fork ties into that. I'm telling you,
yeah,
when you
state road.
come across the intersection, you can't see the lines to go from Gum Branch onto Bell Fork.
Oh, I know that.
They're getting less and
That's
less.
all-
And
if you're passing over Marine Boulevard,
right.
yeah, that's a,
People go left of the line
Yep.
because they can't see it as they're getting up
Yep.
there.
Yeah, that's
I
a
agree
good.
with that. Yeah.
That's an interesting topic,
Yeah.
because our state transportation funds have been going down every year because
Yes,
people
they
aren't
have.
using as much gas. So
yeah, they're talking about raising
Yeah.
the tax on gasoline again. And with
They're-
EVs coming out, what you going to do about that?
yeah, and the talk is
Good point, Ray.
monitoring your mileage and charging you by the mile.
Uh-huh.
They had a pilot program
Oh, that is
6 to 8
ridiculous.
months ago where they solicited volunteers to connect some kind of rig to their car that would record the number of miles that they drive.
It's called an odometer. We've all got
Well,
one.
I know that, but this thing connects to the state somehow.
Oh,
And,
No.
yeah, and then they would, like bill you every year for however many miles you drive. It's an
I don't like that.
interesting concept. I mean, I hate the idea of the state knowing how many miles I
I
drive.
agree. I don't want them to charge me to
But
be
how
able
in
to
the
do
world
my.
are you going to
live my
pay
life.
for all these roads if
Yeah.
people quit buying gas? Because the
a good
only
point.
money,
they'll raise the tax on gas.
the only money that goes into the highway fund is
Well,
gas tax.
Along that
Well-
line, let me ask you this. Is it fair for the motorists like me, like the three of you,
Yeah.
to pay these road use taxes on your vehicles and to pay for gasoline tax to maintain our streets and highways, right? And who pays for that strip down the side that says bike trail?
We do, don't we? I don't
Well,
know.
that's DOT if it's in the.
Who pays for it?
DOT.
Who pays for it? But
Well,
to maintain it.
That's the same
We
fund.
do.
Yeah, we do.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So we're paying for somebody to ride their bike for free.
that's true. They're not paying any gas
True.
tax.
That's
right.
true. Very good
Hey.
point.
I want them to have license plates if they're going to be on a public highway. They should get one just like a motorcycle does.
Yeah.
Mopeds should do the same thing.
Hmm.
Some mopeds are required.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's an interesting dilemma, and you can look for it in the future to come up over and over again because the state is struggling to try to figure out how they're going to pay for the roads.
They're gonna raise our income tax rate.
Well, they might. Yeah. I mean, it's got to come from somewhere.
That's what they'll do. If we have we're forced to buy electric cars, right? For can't buy gas anymore.
You know what's really irritating is my boat does not drive on the highway, does not need
Correct.
anything there.
Yeah.
I got to pay gas
Property
taxes
tax.
on my
Yes.
gas taxes on my boat.
Really, I didn't think you paid it on
You do.
those farm vehicles and boats.
You're
and
not
stuff.
supposed to.
Hmm.
Try to
That's crap.
for a dealer to try to
But you
set
got
it up so you can do it. You can do it as an individual if you can convince the state that